Hello, my friends. This would have normally been a review on the run, and I would have been out shooting this outside somewhere, but I don't know if you've heard, but there is a huge storm system in the Pacific Northwest. We're lucky we've got some power right now, and it didn't sound like it was going to be too much fun getting out there this morning to go and shoot a review standing in the wind and the rain and the stormy stuff. So I figured this would be the quickest and most expedient way to relay the information that The Accountant, the new movie that stars Ben Affleck and Anna Kendrick and John Lithgow and J.K. Simmons. I don't say his name out loud very often, but I sure love his work. J.K. Simmons, I'm going to go with that, and Jeffrey Tambor and John Bernthal. Now, I've said all of those names, and that should be, some huge awareness of the kind of story that's been crafted for these performers who are all at the top of their game, especially when you've got Lithgow, Tambor, and Simmons, three character actors who have got unbelievable resumes and probably their picks of different projects to be involved with. And it's a big deal that they're in this movie. Now, Ben Affleck stars as our titular accountant, and he plays a guy with some mental dysfunction, and he's got to deal with some of the, growing up with this kind of perceived strangeness. And one of I think the coolest things about this movie is that it doesn't shy away from the examination of autism and Asperger's. And it kind of puts it front and center, because this is a guy with some peculiarities that really he's very detail oriented. He's got to have everything perfectly positioned on his table. He only has a fork, a spoon, and a knife in his house. It's the only one of each, and he's got some structure, some very regimented structure to his life. But of course, he is a lot more than he seems, and he kind of comes off as a cross between, I guess, he's a little Batman-esque for sure, fused with maybe an Agent 47 kind of thing, because he's kind of, he does the accounting, he does all the bookkeeping and the records, and he's an amazing math wizard. And through the course of the movie, you come to realize that he is always under aliases of different other famous historical mathematicians, which was kind of a cool piece in there. I'm not going to spoil too much, don't worry. But he's got some really, really efficient skills above and beyond his ability to work up a fantastic spreadsheet and get detail-oriented inside of that spreadsheet. He gets asked to come in and investigate the books of a company that seems to be losing money mysteriously, and that's where he meets Anna Kendrick, and he also meets John Lithgow. And things start to kind of shake up in his system at that time. He's being tracked by federal agents. J.K. Simmons is one of them, who are trying to figure out who this guy is, where he is located, because of course he's been living his life under all of these aliases. But the thing about this movie, and you can describe it plot-wise, and you can talk about it just as a good thriller. But the thing that really kind of works about this movie is the intelligence of it, the fantastic writing. I was really, really impressed by Ben Affleck's performance here. It's very understated. It wasn't showy. He has to do some incredible things, some superhuman type things in this, but there's a truthfulness to the way that he delivers all of that stuff. And you just come away impressed with the entire production. Everybody came together to deliver something really fantastic. Gavin O'Connor is the director. I think he may have been involved with the script as well. But it is beautifully paced. There are tons of surprises all the way through. And I think the biggest surprise and the best surprise, because Affleck's had some hits and misses, and I'm not counting his turn as Batman. I think he was a good Batman. And now I'm very excited to see... he's got I think it's called the Long Night or something. He's got this period piece mob type movie that's coming up very soon, and then of course he's going to be in Justice League, and I'm excited to see where he's going with his career now, because there's been some hit and miss stuff in the recent years, but it's clear that he has been given the reins of some really big projects. He's writing, he's directing, he's acting, and he's not squandering these opportunities. And he's not squandering anything in The Accountant. And a lot of the movie kind of rests on his ability to play this guy with stunted social skills, and is it going to be real the way that he's awkward in conversation with different characters throughout this? Is he going to be believable as a character that can be this math wizard and run a business and get these huge contracts, and then also be this other sort of hitman on the side? And I'm happy to say that the answer is yes. And The Accountant is it's a blast. It kind of has some weird stuff at the end that feels a little formulaic, a little bit of a letdown, but still at the end, even the end is exciting, and it's really well performed, and it comes together, but it's a little too neat for the messiness that is kind of hinted at throughout this story. The messiness that the accountant leaves in his wake, basically, it was a little too pat, a little too neat at the end, but still, it didn't deter me from really, really enjoying this movie. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Okay, that's it. That's my review.